Welcome to episode 19 of the All for City podcast. I know it's been a while since I've done an episode. I've just been busy with schoolwork lately since the semester started. Today I will be talking about Reno versus Portland, Reno versus Sacramento, Group A, things like standings and results, and the eUSL. Getting into 1868 news, Brent Richards' goal against Portland is up for goal of the week. It was a good strike. I hope he wins that. Sam Gleadle and Tucker Bone made the team of the week. Congrats to them. They deserve it, especially Sam. He's been playing on fire lately. Reno also loaned Diego Casillas, I think that's how you say his name, to Oakland Roots. Diego has only played one game for Reno, according to the USL website. Oakland is currently an NISA team. Rumors have surfaced, though, this week that they will be joining the USL in 2021. I don't believe there has been any official statement by Oakland or the league regarding that. Going into what's going on the pitch. Reno destroyed Portland last Saturday. It was the third of 4 times that they will face off this season. This was the last time Portland will come to Reno this season. Reno had won the previous 2 matches. I thought Reno would win as long as they didn't lose focus. Reno has been playing really well. It was going to take a lot for Portland to win. Prior to the match, Portland had given up 9 goals to Reno. They had lost both of the previous 2 matches by at least 3 goals. I think at kickoff, Reno had something like a 95% chance of winning. So Reno scored 2 minutes into the game. They pretty much took the ball down and put it in Portland's net. After that, it was pretty much open season on Portland. Tucker Bone scored the first goal. Foster Langsdorff got the assist. Tucker Bone scored again in the 11th minute. That goal was assisted by Sam Gleadle. Foster Langsdorff won a penalty in the box in the 19th minute. Sam Gleadle put away the penalty kick. Foster Langsdorff scored his own goal in the 35th minute. Scoring started early in the second half. Cristiano Francois scored in the 49th minute. That was assisted by Corey Herzog. Portland's Jose Carlos Angiono, I don't know. He was sent off in the 55th minute. He got a red card for violent conduct. What he did was stupid and uncalled for. Down 4-0, there was no need for them to try and hurt opposing players. Brent Richards scored in the 65th minute. The assist for that came from Kevin Partita. The goal and that is the goal that's up for goal of the week. It was a long shot from outside the box that not only beat the keeper, but the ball went into the far side upper corner. It's a difficult shot, but he made it look easy. Definitely deserves the nomination for goal of the week. Portland got one back in the 74th minute. Reno took their foot off the gas. They kind of sat back on their lead. I mean, they were up, 5-0 at that point, or 6-0. So Reno took their foot off the gas, and they kind of just sat back on their lead. Portland took advantage of that. Reno didn't waste any time with an answer. Benjamin Kikanovic scored in the 77th minute. The assist came from Sam Gleadle. They did add extra time to the end of the match. I didn't think it was necessary, but because Reno basically put the game out of Portland's reach in the 20th minute. It was a good show by Reno. They could have made it 10-0 if they didn't take their foot off the gas. It's the result that was expected. Everyone, players included, expected this kind of result. I think they did it twice before. There's no reason why this game should have been any different. I don't have too many complaints about this match. Reno wasn't really tested. Portland isn't much of a challenge. They have struggled to even be competitive this season. In the end, Reno had a job to do, and they did it. They walked away with 3 points and maintained their lead in Group A. Getting into Group A results, the Wednesday before Reno took on Portland, Portland took on Sacramento. Sacramento unsurprisingly won that match 2-1. Last Friday, Tacoma lost to Salt Lake. Tacoma only lost 1-0. That was also their last non-Group A match. Portland and Tacoma played on Wednesday this week. Portland actually got their first win of the season. They beat Tacoma 3-0. Sacramento played Orange County on Wednesday as well. Sacramento won that match 2-1. That was Sacramento's last non-group match as well. Getting into Group A standings, Reno 1868 FC currently leads Group A with 24 points in 10 games. Sacramento Republic FC sits in second with 24 points in 11 games. Tacoma Defiant sits in third and out of the playoffs with 7 points in 10 games. Portland Timbers 2 sit in last place in Group A. They will also not be making the playoffs, and they only have 3 points in 11 games. Tacoma and Portland are out of the playoffs. It didn't look like Portland would win a game this season. It's almost shocking that they did win. It's not surprising that their win came against Tacoma. Reno has another game up on Sacramento now. That's just the rescheduled game against Tacoma. Back-to-back wins this week could secure Group A for Reno. At this point, if Sacramento loses a game and Reno wins a game, Reno should win Group A. It's really tight, and it might come down to the wire for who's going to win Group A. If it ends up being tied at the end of the season, Reno should win on goal differential. Reno currently leads Sacramento in that category by 10 goals. Reno's goal differential currently sits at 17. I think at the end of the season, which is only 6 more games, it should be around 30. Getting into power rankings, Reno sits in second in all of the USL Championship. Reno only sits behind San Antonio. Reno is up 1 spot from last week. Sacramento sits in 7th. That's 1 spot up from last week. Tacoma sits in 30th. They are down 1 spot from last week, and Portland sits in 35th. They remain last in the league. They haven't moved in weeks. After the win, they might move up at least 1 spot. Getting into Reno's next game, Reno 1868 FC heads to Sacramento to take on Sacramento Republic FC. That game will be played on Saturday. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Reno and Sacramento have faced off twice already this season. Sacramento won both games 1-0. All of Sacramento's goals have been on penalty kicks. This will be the third of 4 matches between the two clubs. Sacramento currently leads the Donner Pass Derby by 2-0. If Sacramento wins this match, they will win the 2020 edition of the Donner Pass Derby. If Reno can win, they will stay alive in the series. If Reno wins the next 2 games, if Reno wins the next 2 games, it will come down to goal differential to determine a winner. That's the only way Reno can win the 2020 Donner Pass Derby now. This is not just a fight for the Donner Pass Derby, but a fight for Group A supremacy. The winner of this match will lead Group A into next week. The Donner Pass Derby could be the determining factor in who wins Group A. Dropping points to Sacramento is something Reno cannot do if they want to win Group A. I was surprised at how Reno played in the last match versus Sacramento. After the first match of the series, I thought it was just early season bugs that they needed to work out. In the second match, Reno reverted to playing at Sacramento's level. The reason I was surprised by this was that Reno had been playing really well heading into that match, similar to what's happening now. The biggest takeaways from that match were poor refereeing, Reno not capitalizing on scoring opportunities, Reno reverting to how they played against Sacramento the first time. That energy that they played with, while better than the first match, wasn't where it should have been. Fatigue was a factor in that match. I don't think fatigue will be as much of a factor in this match. Reno wasn't patient. They did rush some things like scoring opportunities. However, Reno was able to put that match behind them. They have been playing really well since then. Looking back to Reno reverting back to how they played in their first match versus Sacramento, I don't know if that's, I don't know if that is just because of the way, of the different playing styles. Sacramento could be set up to play their best against the style of how Reno plays. If this is the case, then that could mean Sacramento is built to beat Reno. To win this match, Reno needs to be able to establish their game. They have struggled to do that versus Sacramento this season. If they have good energy, if they capitalize on scoring chances, Reno will walk away with 3 points. They cannot play how they have played versus Sacramento. It won't work. The biggest thing that they can do in this game is come in and score early and not let Sacramento take a lead. We beat Phoenix. We should be able to win this game. Key players for this game, for Reno: Corey Herzog. He's got 5 goals and 3 assists in 10 games. Cristiano Francois. He has 4 goals and 4 assists in 10 games. He has killer speed. Ben Bury, he has 27 saves in 6 games. His success rate is 79.4, but he has had some amazing saves, especially against Sacramento. Key players for Sacramento: Darius Formella, I think that's how you say his name. He has had 5 goals in 10 games with no assists. Cameron Ioasa, he's had 3 goals and 1 assist. And then Rafael Diaz, he's had 19 saves in 7 games with an 82.6% success rate. He has been the reason Sacramento has been winning games. Getting into the player of the week, the Alpha City player of the week is Foster Langsdorff. I don't think he got enough credit for his efforts in Saturday's game. He got an assist, he scored a goal, and he won a penalty kick for Reno. I think he deserves more credit than he has been getting. He has been playing really well lately. Without him, Reno couldn't have beaten Phoenix and might not have put up as many goals as they did on Portland. Getting into the tweet of the week, this week's tweet of the week comes from David Calvert. He takes pictures for Reno 1868 FC and the Reno Aces. His tweet was just the album of photos he took from this week's game. I chose this tweet because I really liked the photo he took of Tucker Bone in his Air Force uniform. Getting into upcoming matches, Reno heads to Sacramento this weekend. I talked about that. Then Tacoma comes to Reno on Wednesday. Then Reno takes on Portland for the last time this season the following Sunday. Upcoming Group A matches, Portland and Tacoma play again on Saturday, and that's it for Group A this week. Getting into the eUSL, the eUSL started back up last weekend. I am playing in League 1 this season. League 1 is the lowest level. I lost my first game 4-1. It didn't go the way I wanted. However, I am hoping that this season I am able to play more competitively since it is a lower league. The highlights are up on YouTube right now from my last game, or my first game, whatever. My next match will be Saturday or Sunday at noon, not Saturday. Tune in to my Twitch for that one. It'll be live there. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like.